Hey guys, my name is Tony. Welcome to my channel, and in this video I'm going to show you how to replace the battery in your car or truck. It's not that hard to do, so this video should make it pretty easy for you, and it's a basic procedure you can pretty much apply to pretty much any vehicle. So that said, remember, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and if you have a question, leave a comment and I'll reply back to you. And let's get rolling on this thing. Okay, so when you're taking the service on the battery in your car or truck, what you're going to want to do is either get a socket or a wrench to take off the bolts right here on your positive and your negative. And on this vehicle, it happens to be a 5/16. So I'm just going to use a ratchet and a socket that'll fit in there. You're more likely going to want to use a wrench. A lot of times these bolts are like maybe a 1/2 inch or a 7/16. So look for a wrench or socket that'll fit those. And on your vehicle, look for a bolt that may be holding the battery down to the tray. On this vehicle, this is a Ford Expedition. It's right down in here, and I've got to put my socket onto it to disconnect that. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do on your vehicle is to disconnect the negative. And just put your ratchet or your wrench on here. That should wiggle free for you. And if it gets like a little stubborn, you can always use like a flathead screwdriver or something and gently pry up, and it should pop off for you. So once the negative is free, remove the positive. And then I'm going to push this to the side. So the positive is fighting me a little bit, so what you can do is you can kind of pry apart the ends a little bit and then gently pry up, and then you can move the positive battery cable out of the way. So tuck it under something where it's not going to come back and hit something on the post or something on you. Alright, so now that the battery is disconnected, go over, and if you have like a bolt that's holding down the battery to the tree, you're going to want to undo that next. So it should come out pretty easily for you. Sometimes it'll fight you. This truck was a pretty easy one. Great. So get that loose, and I'll pull out this, put that to the side. Right, so the battery is free, so now I can pull this up and out. That may be a little heavy. It's got some weight to it. So on your vehicle, look to see on the tray if like there's a lip or something. This vehicle has like a little lip to hold the on the base of the battery. There's like a little flange that sticks out, so it's going to tuck up and under here. And then this battery hold down that I took out is going to go on the other side. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to take your new battery and you're going to slide it into the tray under the lip that's right here. Make sure that's tucked in. Make sure that your positive and your negative are lined up. Move the cables out of the way. Like I said, move any cables out of the way. Slide that in. Okay, so once your battery's in and the lip is slid under the retainer on that side, I'm going to put my battery hold down back in, and you're going to want to slide it in and catch it by hand. Make sure that the threads line up. Catch it by hand before you put a wrench onto it. The reason why is that you don't want to cross thread the threads, and if you do it by hand to catch them, there's a less chance of that happening. caught those by hand. We're gonna zip those down. It's about 95 out here right now, and it's like 9 in the morning. Fun thing to be doing. All right, so that's nice and tight. Check the battery. It's pretty secure. So let's reconnect the cables. Because before you reconnect the cables, one thing you want to do is grab a piece of sandpaper, or like have a battery terminal cleaner like this one. You can get it at pretty much any parts store. Just clean the posts first. They're pretty clean, but I like to make sure that they have a good contact. Then clean out the middle of the battery cable terminals. Make sure there's no corrosion in there. I just want everything to make a good contact so it charges the correct way, and there's less of an issue. It's least likely that a charging issue will happen. You do the negative one. All right, so when you're hooking the battery up, hook up the positive first. The reason why is that there's less of a chance of having it spark on you, and it's usually not going to do anything, but this is the way I like to do it. All right, so let's zap that back on. What the heck's going on my socket here? All right. And if you should go right in here. All right, you want to make sure it's nice and tight. Put the boot back on if you have one. Then grab the negative, connect the negative, and make sure that that is nice and tight as well. And if you have a strap, try to tuck it down and out of the way. Mine is hitting this little pad that goes around the battery. So tuck that down. Okay, so now you have your battery back in. So the next thing you want to do is fire up your car truck to see if it works. It's alive! All right, so now you're all set. Most batteries have a core charge on them. So if you went to the store, grab your receipt, you'll probably see a line item that says like 12 bucks for a core or $15 for a core charge. What that means is if you bring your old battery back to the store, they'll give you that amount of money back. Just another tip for you. Hope you like the channel. Don't forget to subscribe. Take it easy.